Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more Friday Night Magic. Today I'll be playing the 5-color deck, and I get to play first. My opening hand, it's okay. It's really not the greatest because I don't have any land fetch, but I do have a Maelstrom Pulse that I would be able to play. Plus I've got the I'm gonna take a chance and draw a new hand, I think. Okay, we're gonna keep this hand. I like this hand. All right, so this is the 5-color deck. It really relies on having some mana acceleration early on to get all the type of lands that you need in play, to play the creatures and the spells that you want. So that is things like this Rampant Growth, which allows me to search my library for a basic land card and put it in play tapped, which we will be doing right now. And I will go like this. We will go play a swamp, Rampant Growth for an island, because that's the one land type we don't have right now. Put that into play. So let's show you what I've got in my hand. So right now I'll be able to produce all 5 mana colors because I've got the 3 in play plus the 2 in my hand. I'm playing the blue and black deck. He's playing a 2/1 unblockable. I've got a Jund Charm, can deal 2 damage to each creature. I got a Savage Twister, deals X damage to each creature. I also have a Vindicate to destroy target permanent. And let me think here. How do I want to play this? So, I could do 2 damage to each creature. I could save that, do it during his turn. I could pop one of his lands, which I might actually do. I really like doing this. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna Vindicate, and we're gonna do that to his island. I like early game destruction of lands, because it can really mess up a player, especially if they're even slightly mana screwed. So here's hoping he's even slightly mana screwed. He played another swamp, which leads me to believe that he does not have an island in his hand. And ooh, this is awesome. So he's gonna play another Ink Fathom. So next turn I'm gonna do mass damage. I will probably just go with the Jund Charm to do 2 damage to each creature. So at this point what I'm doing is I'm gonna focus on removal, trying to get rid of his stuff, while at the same time, yeah, we'll do it during his turn. We'll wait. Yeah, we'll wait, just in case he plays another creature. Let's hope he plays another creature before combat. With power, with toughness 2 or less. Oh my lord, he did. That is amazing. Wow. That is amazing. That was perfect. 2 damage to each creature. Ba-bam! So that is why you play creatures after combat, because had he played this after combat, then it would have lived, because I was going to cast the Jund Charm during combat when he attacked with the ones he had in play. So that worked out perfectly for me. And what we'll do now is we just drew a Maelstrom Archangel, so we'll throw her into play. She's a 5/5 flying, which deals damage to a player. I get to reveal a non-land card from my hand and play it without paying its mana cost. Force, is that as good as it sounds? Sure is. It is as good as it sounds. Now you don't have to do that, but you can. And I don't know if I'd do it next turn, because I don't know if I want to play the All Sun's Dawn right now. I might want to save it a little bit. Alright, he's playing a 4/4 flying. At the beginning of his upkeep, he loses 1 life before the end of his turn. I want to get rid of this, and I will go for another... Let me go for another Plains. So I think the only thing that needs double casting cost in this deck are I need 2 Plains for the Wrath of Gods. I need 2 black for one of my creatures, and I need... I'm trying to think here. I guess I'll just attack for 5 and he'll block. Could Savage Twister to deal 4 damage to each creature, and kill that so I can deal 5 damage to him. But it's not worth it, because I don't really want to... I don't really want to play the All Sun's Dawn right now. So the triggered effect when it does damage to a player isn't so important to me at this point. See what he does. If he doesn't block, then I may Savage Twister for 4. Or I could wait a turn. He's really thinking about it. He's not sure if he wants to block right now or not, so he's gonna let it go through. So I can All Sun's Dawn if I want to get back the cards in my graveyard. You know what? Sure. I'm just gonna do it now. That's fine. We're gonna All Sun's Dawn. We're gonna get back the cards in my graveyard. So to get back a card of every color, so that's why it would have been better to play later on when I had a card of each color, but playing this now is fine too, because I can actually do some stuff with this. So first of all, do this. We'll get an extra black. And then I could do this for an extra green, and I would... No, I would not still be able to Judge Charm next turn. So maybe hold off on this just in case I need to Judge Charm next turn. I could pop one of his lands and still Judge Charm, I think. Yeah, I could. I need black, red, and green. Oh no, I couldn't. Well, I'm gonna do one of this. I'm gonna pop one of his lands. And then get his island again. There you go. And we can still Rampant Growth, so then I'll do that now, and we'll get another green. All right. So I think that was a pretty good turn. Not too shabby. During his upkeep, he loses 1 life from his 4/4 flyer. Why would you play that card, Force? Well, because it's a 4/4 flyer for 4 lands. It's not terrible. And he is going to enchant it, giving it... Ooh, boy. Wow. Pumping it up to a 6/6 there. Well, plus... Oh no, I have to discard? Oh man. Savage Twister or... Jun Charm. We'll get rid of the Jun Charm. Boy, I guess I should have vindicated this creature. So when it does damage to me, I discard a card, plus he draws a card, it looks like. Okay, so I can... attack him for 5, and then I could Savage Twister to clear the board. That might be my best course of action right now. So I think I'm going to do it. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and we are gonna do it for 6 to clear the board. Because I can't let that thing, because if I let that thing attack me, I'd have to discard a card, you know? I pretty much had no choice there. It was either do that, or he attacks me next turn, does 6 damage to me, and I discard the Savage Twister anyway. Oh, perfect draw, Allied Strategies. This is a perfect draw because I'm gonna draw 5 cards. So Allied Strategies, target player draws a card for each basic land type that he controls. I control 5 land types, I draw 5 cards. Yes, sir. That is that. And I could do it again, although that'd put me at 8 cards. I could Maelstrom pull. I could play this, Maelstrom Nexus. I'm gonna play this. So this is gonna make it so the first spell that I cast each turn has Cascade, which lets me filter from the top cards in my library and then play a card for free. Basically playing that, I'm pretty sure I won the game. With 2 Vindicates on his islands, I think it's pretty much over for him. We're gonna start off with the Channel Horde Worm, which will then trigger a Cascade, which will let me play the Defiler of Souls for free. So let me show you the 2 creatures that just flew into play here this one turn. So this is a 6/6 trample. When it deals damage to an opponent, I get to take a card from my graveyard, put it into my hand. The 5/5 flying, at the beginning of each upkeep, a player sacrifices a monocolored creature, so that's a creature with just 1 color. Oh, he's gonna pump up my creature just to end the game. Although I think I would have killed him next turn anyways, but that's kind of funny. Yeah, it was game over. And that is the GG. I don't even need to play anything else this turn. I could have thrown down another Allied Strategies, which would have triggered another Cascade, plus would have filled my hand. But what's the need? We'll just finish him off. GG. Time for game number 2 against Tamalok. Tamalok? I get to play first. Man, oh man, a play first extravaganza here. Oh, this is rough. So if I draw into another land, I'm gonna be looking pretty good. If I don't, I'm going to be kind of screwed. Oh, this is tough. Well, we're gonna risk it here. I'm gonna keep this hand. He reveals, oh my lord. Just milled 7 cards from the top of my library by revealing some card in his hand. Well, this game is pretty much over already. Follows up with a time scour. Look at that, I'm already down to 42 cards. So he's playing the mill deck, if you haven't figured that out already. His objective is to remove all the cards from my graveyard before I can kill him, which might be the case, because if I don't draw a land next turn, I am super screwed. And there is a Mind Sculpt, 7 cards from the top of my library. I'm down to 34 cards. This game is over before it started. If I don't draw a land next turn, it is most definitely over. Okay, so we've got a chance here. Got a chance. So we're gonna go blue and red is what I need at this point. Or no, I'm so sorry. Red and black, because I've already got it blue. Red and black. Oh, there's no more. Okay, geez, I was just about to say there's no more black. I only have 1 black. He already milled the other black. I am not going to be able to play my Defiler of Souls because I don't even have a second black mana in my deck. That is crazy. Look at this. Thought Scour now. Popping me down to 29 cards. Oh my. Oh my. Well, I could Prophetic Bolt him. I could Rampant Growth. I could Allied Strategies. I'm gonna Prophetic Bolt him. Bring him down to 16, and I get to choose a card here. Allied Strategies or Maelstrom Pulse. I'm not worried about his permanents. I need Allied Strategies in my hand. So the thing is, I need to get a creature into play that can deal damage. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of creatures in this deck, and it looks like he has almost all of them in my graveyard already. I'm kind of screwed. I literally can't play this game because, again, there's no more swamps in my deck. Sword of Mind and Body. Looks like he does have creatures that he might be playing. I can't believe this. This is crazy. I am quite literally super screwed unless I draw my creature very soon. I think I might only have 1 more creature in my deck, actually, to be honest with you. Alright, so Allied Strategies myself, which will allow me to draw... Oh man, I should have... Can I do this first? I don't think it's going to trigger first, is it? Okay. Shucks. Alright, we're gonna go get rid of this, and I literally cannot play this card, so I might as well discard it. He's gonna Traumatize, mill half my deck. Yeah, this is a loss, big time. I still think I've got my 1 creature in the deck, though. My Angel. I think I do. Okay, let's see. I still can't play him. We got 9 cards left. Alright, I'm gonna Rampant Growth. Let's see if I even have any more. I do have more lands. Okay. I'm gonna Rampant Growth again. I need to draw my creature. He needs to come and play like now. So. Is she already in here though? I'll check closely. No, I don't see her. So she must still be in my deck. I'm screwed. I am super screwed. This game is over. I gotta search my library for 1 card of each type and put it into my hand. But I don't even know if I have 1 card of each type. I might risk playing that, actually, to be honest with you. Alright, we're gonna throw down the Conflux. Here it is. That's my Maelstrom Archangel. And the problem is, can I not take these other ones? I can skip these. Okay, so we're gonna keep these. I should probably take the Prophetic Bolt. Yeah. Yeah, I should. But we're gonna skip all this other stuff and keep it in my deck. Hopefully he doesn't have a mill or a counterspell. I'm pretty sure he's got one or the other. Prosperity, each player draws X cards, and that's the game. Well, I don't know. That was a crapshoot. Let's go on to the next game. My next opponent is the Chief of the Couch. He's the Couch Chief. The Couchif. Wow, I get to play first again. What is up this game? This is actually kind of a funny hand. I've got no mana acceleration, but I've got 2 Vindicates and the capability of playing it, so I'm gonna keep it because I could just be super bad-mannered early game, and I'm gonna double Vindicate his lands most likely, especially since he's got a really large deck. You can see he's got 70 cards still in his deck, which leads me to believe that, well, for that reason, it's not very optimized. So he could get mana screwed, and I could really mess him up here. Now, I could also get super screwed because I took a hand without any acceleration. Luckily, I've got this Terramorphic Expanse here. I don't know if I should get another white with that, though. I'm almost thinking that I should. I'm gonna hold on to that just in case I draw into the mana acceleration cards, in which case I'll need a green. And if I don't draw into those cards, I'll filter for a white so that I can do my Day of Judgments. We'll see how that goes. Alright, he's gonna play another Terramorphic Expanse. I think he might be playing the 5-color deck too, in which case I would try to screw him by focusing down his blue and green are the primary lands you want to get rid of. So we're going to start off by popping his blue. So blue stops him from being able to draw cards with allied strategies. Green stops him from being able to do the land search cards, the land fetching. And I'm still not sure what I should do with my Terramorphic Expanse. There's a green, so that means I should do a white with my Terramorphic Expanse so that I can Day of Judgment. And this turn, though, oh, I should have played the Terramorphic Expanse this turn. Oh well, this turn we're gonna throw down another Vindicate, pop another one of his lands. We might get an early GG from this. It really depends on what his hand looks like here, but I have a feeling he might be super mana screwed. Let's see if he plays a land this turn. He does. Oh, so he's not playing the 5-color? Is he playing just blue-red? Ooh, and I drew a Cultivate. This is looking really good for me this turn, guys, this game. Okay, so Terramorphic Expanse, pop that. We will go blue with that. And then what could I use double of? Well, I could use double white, and I could use double black. So that's what we'll look for. We'll look for a white and a black here. There we go. Awesome. So there's a creature card that costs double black in this deck. The only other thing that I would want double of is the green, just in case he does land removal. And look at that, he's still only got 2 lands in play and he has to discard. I really messed him up with the double Vindicative lands early on. I tell you guys, vindicating lands early in this deck, in this game is awesome. And we're gonna here throw down, this is really funny. He might just leave the game. We could do the worm first. Yeah, let's go with the worm first. So we're gonna start off here with the Charnel Horde Worm. It's a 6/6 trample. When it does damage to an opponent, I get to take a card from my graveyard and put it into my hand, which means we'll be getting Vindicates back, which means we'll be destroying the rest of his lands, which means we're gonna get a GG here sometime soon. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that was most definitely the game. GG. Let's go ahead and get one final game here. This one against Tigger. Woohoo! Oh, wait, that's poo, right? What is Tigger? What's the sound that Tigger makes? Does anyone know? I don't know. Good luck, have fun. You too, buddy. You too, thank you. All right, so hand is okay. So we will go ahead and keep it. Tigger does get to play first. And let me show you my hand. We got a forest and a mountain. We've got 2 land fetches here in the Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse. We are playing against the mill deck. Oh boy. You saw what happened last time I played against the mill deck. I've got a Rampant Growth, a Prophetic Bolt I just drew. We also have the Vindicate and a Day of Judgment. So let me think here. Let's go blue, or rather, let's go black to start out. Yeah, let's go black to start. And then next turn we forest, and then we Rampant Growth for white. And then we can Vindicate the turn after. So, his Jace's Phantasm that he just played, it's a 1/1 flyer. It gets +4/+4 as long as I have 10 or more cards in my graveyard. So his deck mills, removes cards from my deck, and then I wonder if he's gonna try to counter this. I wonder if he has a counter for it. And then once I get 10 cards, he gets that 4/4, that 1/1 into a 5/5, just like that. So what I'm thinking about doing here, I'm not sure. I think I might just Vindicate a land. Howling Mine, wonderful. I'm actually really happy about that. It's each player draws an extra card each turn. Now it's gonna mill me faster, but it's also gonna let me draw into cards to kill him faster, which is what I'm gonna be trying to do. You know, I need to kill him before he mills me, basically. And because he's down to 1 mana, I'm fairly certain he doesn't have a counter spell here. So which means I'm fairly certain he can't counter. So let me think here. I think the best course of action right now will be to Vindicate one of his lands. First, we'll pop this for blue. And then we go Vindicate an island. And I'll be able to do that again next turn because I do have a second Vindicate. And I'm going to try to mana screw him here early on. Buy myself some time to get some creatures and damage through. And then take it from there. I'm up to 4 cards in my graveyard. He's still hitting me for 1 a turn. I'm not concerned about this until it becomes a 5/5. So I'm just going to let it go through until that point. I've got mass removal to deal with it. I've got things to deal with it. So okay, so I could Pernicious Deed. But I think what I'd like to do is try to Vindicate again. So we're gonna do that. Does he have a counterspell? Does he care to counterspell it? No and no. See, the only thing that I like that I'm setting him back, but the only concern is with a Howling Mine, he's gonna keep drawing more lands. And his deck isn't also it doesn't require lots of lands. Basically, the milling that comes from his deck is very low casting cost. So it might be a mistake to be choosing to Vindicate his lands, but I guess I'm still setting him back a little bit, so there is that. Okay, so let me think about this here. Let me drop the Pernicious Deed. And then we will go, casting costs here are 1 and 2. Let's throw a Terramorphic Expanse in play and get myself another white. Or no, I've got a Plains in my hand, so let's get myself another black. And then we say go. So the Pernicious Deed, I can sacrifice it at any time for X mana, and then I destroy each artifact, creature, enchantment with converted mana cost X or less. So basically lets me clear the board. I threw that in play just in case he mills me again. Ooh, boy. So he just played this bad boy right here, Dreamborn Muse. During each player's upkeep, they put the top X cards of their graveyard into the library. X is equal to the number of cards in the hand. So I might pop the Pernicious Deed to kill that during my upkeep next turn. I probably will. I'm probably just going to clear the board with that next turn. I think that's what I'm going to do. So during the upkeep, or during untap phase, we're going to pause. And I can do this for 4, which would clear the board. And I think, or I could Prophetic Bolt. Now let me do it for 4. I just want to get rid of his stuff here. We're going to do this for 4. Yeah. There we go. Pop it for 4, so I don't get the triggered effect from that. Gets rid of his Howling Mine, gets rid of his 1/1, which would be turning into a much bigger creature very soon. Why am I down to 35 cards? Is it Why did all these cards just go? Oh, did it still trigger? It must have still triggered. Yeah, it still triggered, didn't it? Wow, all right, that's fine, I guess. All right, so we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna Rampant Growth. And with that, we will get another, we've got another white, we've got another black. Let's get another blue. And then we can get another green with this. So I'm thinning up my deck, and surely that is milling me faster at the same time. But the hope is I need to be drawing into some creatures here. What did he end up milling with that, by the way? He got rid of my Jund Charms, And he got rid of this, which really sucks. That's my graveyard fetch. I could have really used that this game. He's going to play another Jace's Phantasm. It is big now, so I will have to do targeted removal for that. Probably just the Maelstrom Pulse, I guess. He's not playing much mill, though, oddly enough. It's kind of weird, actually. All right, so we can pop this down. I'm going to go with that. We're going to risk it. Hope he doesn't have a counterspell. He does. Shucks. Unfortunately, I couldn't... Oh, maybe I could have been able to play that. Yeah, there's a counterspell. Damn it. Damn it. So I should have selected my proper mana. I should have left a black open so I could have Maelstrom Pulsed as well. Yes, just in case that had happened, which it just did. Ugh, man, oh man. Luckily, though, he's only got one creature in my graveyard so far, so I still have the rest of my big beefy creatures available. So here's hoping, you know, that he doesn't have any more counterspells, and I'll be able to get this stuff off without a hitch here. Next turn, I'm going to try to Maelstrom Pulse his 5/5. He'll hit me with this now, bring me down to 10. Yeah, come on. Oh, he's gonna play a clone. Now, does the Maelstrom Pulse, is that gonna, I think the Maelstrom Pulse is gonna hit that too. I hope this works the way I think it will, otherwise I'll be pissed off actually. So we're gonna try this here. I think this will work the way, so it's supposed to kill all other cards of the same name, but I don't know if that's considered a clone or, okay, so it is considered what I thought it was. It is considered a Jace's Phantasm, fantastic. Whew. Now, while he's tapped out, a lot of times I would do this during his turn, but because he's tapped out, I want to Prophetic Bolt him now so he can't counterspell it. So do 4 damage to him, and then we've got right there's a creature. So that's exactly what I was looking for, a creature. We've got this 5/5 flyer. Whenever it does damage, to play a card from my hand for free. So that's exactly what I needed. Now we just have to sort of pray that he doesn't have another counterspell in his hand. Okay, he won't be able to play it even if he does. He's playing a body double, which enters the battlefield, gets to copy a card in the graveyard and become that card. Right. Oh boy, the UI just disappeared. There, it's returned. Wonderful. Okay, so let's see, I can do this. I gotta do this for 5. Ah, shoot, I can't play both. I need to get rid of that though. I can, yeah, I have no choice. I gotta get rid of that. Oh, so close to being able to play my creature too. I don't have enough mana though. Ugh. Oh well. Yeah, not enough mana. All right, so we're gonna do this for 5. Clear the board, and then we'll have to wait another turn for the angel. Ooh, this is a interesting game here. God, please don't have a counterspell. Please don't have a counterspell. Let me play my Maelstrom Archangel. He's got 3 cards in his hand. He's not playing anything during his turn. That's a bad sign for me. I really have no choice though. I gotta do something. So, fingers crossed. Okay, no counterspell. Now, he could still have bounce. So he could still bounce this back to my hand. I believe that deck has the capability of bounce. I think it has on summons, or maybe I'm thinking of the other blue deck, Crosswinds. Either Adept, it's a 2/2 when it comes into play, return a creature to its owner's hand. Just like that. Just like that. Let's try the Maelstrom Archangel again. Looks like he didn't draw into a counterspell. So, it's back in play, and I'd like to be able to start hitting with it. Uh-oh, here we go. Another bounce, right? Yep, on summon. Return target creature to owner's hand. I thought so, man. I thought the deck may have had that, and I was right. He's gonna throw down a Dreamborn Muse, which will mill 2 cards during my upkeep. So next turn, I guess I'll be Day of Judgmenting before I Maelstrom Archangel, or maybe I shouldn't actually, because I have so few cards in my hands, and it's not gonna be milling me for much. Oh, you know what? Just do it. Yeah, we're gonna do this here. Throw down Day of Judgment. And then throw down the Archangel. Let's see if he's got any more bounce in his hand, huh? What do you got here? Nothing? Come on, you got something in your hand. You got 3 cards. I see your 3 cards in your hand. I know they're there. What are they? Ooh. Oh. Okay, let's see if this goes off without a hitch. Gonna swing for 5. Damn it! What is this garbage? Bounce back again. This time it's into the Royal with Kicker. Oh, good lord. Well, this has protection from red and green. That doesn't really help me. So during my next upkeep, we're gonna play it again. And I'm also gonna play the Sphinx. 6/6 flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, protection from red and green. What is it? This guy has so much bounce. All right, he's gonna play this 5/7 flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from opponent's graveyard without paying his mana cost. The Wrath of God. Oh, what is he doing? Wait, what is he doing? Oh, he's gonna Vindicate? He's gonna Vindicate my 6/6, right. So then now my 5/5 can't do anything. Smart. That was a good choice. What do I do? What do I do? All right. Maelstrom Nexus. And then next turn, I'm going to Day of Judgment. Or should I do it this turn? Now, this will not trigger the Cascade because it's not the first spell, and I'm not sure if I'm going to draw a spell next turn. So for that reason, because I want the Cascade and I don't know, what if I draw land next turn? I'm gonna hold off on the Day of Judgment. Now the danger is, if he bounces back my creature next turn, he's gonna be able to hit me for 5. And then this leaves him open to counterspell my Day of Judgment. So that's my current danger. I actually think I might, if he tries to attack me, I think I might let the 5 go through so that I can attack him next turn and then Day of Judgment. Hoping that he can't do me any more damage for the rest of this game. This is a chance. I'm taking a chance here. If he bounces back my 5/5, this will not be worth it. My hope is that he can't do me any more damage after I Day of Judgment. Oh, shoot. Well, this isn't so bad. This could be worse. Because now I can replay the Maelstrom Archangel. He's going to Stroke of Genius, drawing cards for himself. He can only draw 2, though. So not drawing a lot of cards. Okay, so this isn't so bad, actually. So, Day of Judgment, killing his creatures, plus a Cascade, which gets me a Savage Twister, which really doesn't do anything, so I'm gonna click Finish. Then I can Maelstrom Archangel. So it's not over. The game is not over right now. Oh man, this is a crazy game. Oh my, this is one crazy game. Woohoo! This is crazy. He's got 2 cards in his hand. What does he have? Okay, so whenever he draws a card, I'm gonna mill a card now. He just played the Jace's Eraser. All right, that's fine. Oh boy. This is really awesome. All right, so we... All right. I will Allied Strategies myself. Which is going to let me cultivate for free, which I will. Okay. Then I get the Allied Strategy 5 cards. Okay. Then I attack for 5. This could be really good. Unless he can mill me next turn for the win, I might win next turn. Then I get to play for free my Charnel Horde Worm, which means next turn I could do 11 damage. Wow. I will Maelstrom Pulse his Jace's Eraser, so that when he draws cards, I don't have to mill cards. And I'm not gonna play any of these because I don't wanna draw any more cards because I don't wanna deck myself if he plays something next turn. I might win. I may potentially win this game. What? Holy heck. Oh my, wow, what a game. Wow. Are you serious? I need to go through the attack phase to make sure this actually happens. Oh man. Oh, wow. Great game. Whew. GG. Alright guys, that is going to do it. Unfortunately, we did have a few people leave the game there a little bit early, but frankly, those were wins anyways after a couple more turns. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap things up by taking a look at the deck here. Once again, this was the Mana Mastery deck. And I'll show you my current build. We've got the land fetch cards. Got pretty much all of those in place, so 6 of those. They're 4 Terramorphic Expanses, plus a few Evolving Wilds. Then Rampant Growth for land searching. Savage Twister for mass damage. Creatures cultivate more land searching. Jund Charm, the 3-pronged threat here with graveyard removal, 2 damage to each creature, or 1/1 counters for a creature. Lavalanche for mass damage. Maelstrom Pulse, targeted removal. Pernicious Deed, mass removal, really good card. Vindicate, targeted removal, so good. I wish I had 4 of those. Looks like there's only 3 in the deck though. Day of Judgment, got 3 of those. Allied Strategies for land draw, or I'm sorry, for card draw. Amazing card to fill up your hand, get that advantage. All Sun's Dawn for graveyard fetch, getting cards from your graveyard back in your hand. Maelstrom Archangel, very good card. Maelstrom Nexus, Cascade for my first spell of each turn. Prophetic Bolt, direct damage plus card advantage. Defiler of Souls, players sacrificing monocolored creatures. Pretty much good against every other deck but this one, because most other decks have monocolored creatures. Charnel Worm, 6/6 trample lets me get cards from my graveyard. Kari Venkiv of the Merciless, that's the 5/4 that does damage every time a player casts a spell. Conflux, search my library for cards. A nice Sphinx here with a flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, and Pro Red Green. And that is that. That is the build for my deck. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Friday Night Magic. If you like the content, please subscribe. Tune in next Friday for some more Magic the Gathering. Take it easy, guys.